Okay, we'll be starting.
Right.
Thank you. We're holding on the top of Daf Yud Beis by the words Azuba Zu Miriam. Please open the light. Please open the light. Azuba Zu Miriam. It said in the pasuk that we learned yesterday, Kalev ben Chetzreng Helu des Azuba Isha ve'es Yiriyis. So who's this Azuba Isha? So the Gemara says Azuba Zu Miriam. Azuba refers to Miriam. Lama Nikra Shma Azuba. Why is she called Azuba? Sha'akela Zgua mitchilasa. Because in the beginning, everybody left her alone. In other words, nobody wanted to have any business with her. Nobody wanted to marry her. As Rashi explains, that she was ill, and therefore all the Bachura Yisrael were not interested in marrying her. That's why she was called Azuba. In fact, the Gemara Haili, that says in the pasuk that Kalev bore Azuba, he gave birth to her. But that's not the case. If Azuba is Miriam, he married Miriam. He didn't father her. Rabbi Yechanan said, a man marries a woman for the sake of heaven, as Kalev married Miriam because he saw that her brothers are tzaddikim, and therefore he married her because he wanted to have children that will be daimim la'achei ha'eim, will also be tzaddikim, so he married her l'shem shamayim, so the Torah considers it as if though he gave birth to her. Then it says, in the same pasuk that we quoted before, Kalev ben Chatzor helo des Azuba Isha ve'es Yiriyos. What's Yiriyos? So the Gemara understands that Yiriyos is another name for Miriam. Why is she called Yiriyos? Shayifhaneh daimim liYiriyos. Her face looked like curtains, and now she says, without any color in it. Because of her illness, she was green, without any redness, without any color. The Elu Baneha, then the pasuk says, the Elu Baneha, which simply means these were her sons. Says the Gemara, Al Tikra Baneha la Baineha. Don't read the word Baneha, her sons, but Baineha, the one who built her up. As we're referring to Kalev, who by marrying her built her up. So what does it say? Who are Baneha? First it says Yashar. Yashar, why is Kalev called Yashar? Sheyishar esatzmei, because he straightened himself out. Rashi says that refers to the fact that he didn't follow the advice of the Meraglim. Shoivav, he's called Shoivav Sheshiva V'Yitzroi, because he fought against his Yehara. I'm assuming that also refers to the situation with the Meraglim. The Ardain Sherada as Yitzroi is called Ardain because he ruled over his Yetzirah. Ikadamri, others say Al Shahayu Paneha Daimim Leveda. The reason she's called I guess Ardain comes from the word vered. So because her face was similar to a rose. Then it says further in the pasuk, Ashcher avi Takua hiyu shtei nashim. That Ashcher, the father of Takua, had two wives, Chala v'Naira. It says the Gemara, Ashcher is a Kalev. Ashcher refers to Kalev again. Lama Krishma Ashcher, why was he called Ashcher? Shahushcher upanav v'taniyas. His face turned black from fasting. He fasted in tefillah to the Eibusher that he should be spared from falling into the trap of the Meraglim. Avi, the reason he's called Avi Takaya, Shanasa Laka'av, because he became to her like a father. Takaya Shatakas Libil Avim Hashemayim, that he plugged in his heart to his father in heaven, he connected himself with the Eibusher. Hayu Shtei Nashim, he had two wives. What does that mean? Nasa Miriam Kishtei Nashim. The Miriam became like two wives. Chala v'Naira. Chala Melashon being ill, and Naira Melashon being young. She wasn't ill and young. Originally, she was ill when Kalev married her, as we said before, and then she became rejuvenated. She became young again. Then the pasuk says, so again, we're referring to Chala being Miriam. And what does Tsaras v'tzayar ve'esna mean? So the Gemara says, Tsaras shenasis tzara l'chavreseh. She became so beautiful that she was a competition to all her friends. Soihar Shayapanoya Daimim Ketzarayim. She's called Soihar because her face was like the bright afternoon. Esnan, she's called Esnan. Shekolareya Isa Melech Esnan Leishtei, because anyone who would see her would develop a desire to engage in relations and therefore would bring a gift to his wife. Going back now to the psukim that describe the events in Mitzrayim. By Yitzav Paroi L'Chal Amay. It says Paroi instructed his entire nation. Amar Rabbi Yesi Rabbi Chanina said, Afal Amay Gazar, that the Gzeira to throw the children into the Nile referred at some point also to his nation, right? That the decree was also against his nation, against the Mitzrim as well. Rabbi Yesi explained it as follows: Shalish Gezeiras Gazar, that Parai actually made three different decrees. First, he made a decree that the Miyaldos should put the boys to death. When that didn't work, he made another gzeira that they should throw they should throw all the Jewish boys that are born into the river. And in the end, it appears to be in the day that he knew that Moshe Rabbeinu was going to be born, that the Mashiach Shal Yisrael was going to be born. On that day, he decreed that even he didn't know whether the Mashiach Shal Yisrael was going to be from the Egyptians, the Yidden. So therefore, on that day, he made a gzeira also for his nation, that every boy that's born on that day should be thrown into the river. Pasuk says further, the man went from the house of Levi. Where did he go? Amar Rabbi Yehuda bar Zavina, shehalach b'atzas bita. He followed the advice of his daughter. Tana, we learned in Abraisa, Amram gadol ader haya. Amram was a leader of his generation. Kiba she'amar parei harasha kol habena yilad ha'yeret hashlichu. When Parei the wicked decreed that all boys that are born should be thrown into the river, Amar, he said, we're toiling for nothing. We're going to have children, our children are going to be killed, so what's the point? So he got up and he divorced his wife. So all the Yidden followed suit and they all divorced their wives. So his daughter Miriam said to him, Abba, Father, your decree is worse than Parei's decree. Because Parai's decree was only against the males. He said the boys should be thrown into the Nile, but the girls can live. But you, by showing an example of divorcing your wife, and everybody's following you by divorcing their wives, and therefore no children will be born. So your decree is both against the males and the females. Parai's decree is only in this world. The child is born and he's put to death, so he doesn't live in this world. But your decree is both in Elam Haza and Elam Haba, because the child is not born at all, and he doesn't come to Elam Haba either. Parei as being a wicked one, Safek Miskayemis, Gzeira, Safek Eina Miskayemis. It's doubtful whether his Gzeira will be fulfilled or it won't be fulfilled, as we see in the end that Moshe Rabbeinu was born, and Parei's decree was not able to get in his way. You Amram are tzaddik, your Gzeira will surely be fulfilled. So since your Gzeira will surely be fulfilled, and your Gzeira of stopping the reproduction of Klal Yisrael is a terrible Gzeira. So Amram went with the advice of his daughter and he remarried his wife. So all the Yidden followed suit, they took his example and they remarried their wives. It says further in the Pasuk, according to what we just said, that he was married to her before, it should have said he took her back. Yikach seems to imply it was a first marriage. Amar Rabbi Yehuda bar Zvina said, he behaved as if though it was a big marriage, which is appropriate for a first marriage. Shiva be Pirian, he put her in a special carriage. The Aaron and Miriam and Agdim lefaneha, and Aaron and Miriam were dancing in front of her. Malachi Asharis Amru, and the Malachim were saying, the mother of the children is happy. As Bas Levi, it says he married the daughter of Levi. What does it mean he married the daughter of Levi? A daughter seems to be a young woman. Could it be that she was 130 years old? It's a very pashta cheshbon. Moshe by Yetzias Mitzrayim was 80. So and the Cheved was born by Ben Achemes. She was born as they came into Mitzrayim. Yidden were Mitzrayim 210 years. So it's a simple cheshbon that Yecheved was 130 years old when Moshe was born. So when Amram is remarrying Yecheved, she's 130 years old. So he calls her a bas. The Amr of Chama ben Chanina zu Yecheved shehirasa b'derech v'dasa Ben Achemes. Chama ben Chanina said, and when we count up the Shivim Nefesh, we see that there's only 69. Where's the 70th? This is the 70th is Yecheved, who was conceived on the way and born between the walls of Mitzrayim as they were entering Mitzrayim. She was born to Levi in Mitzrayim, meaning Leidasa b'Mitzrayim, Ein Heidasa b'Mitzrayim. She was born in Mitzrayim, but she wasn't conceived in Mitzrayim. Amar Rabbi Yehuda said, why is she called Bas? Because she suddenly got simanim of being a very young woman. It says the woman conceived and she gave birth to a son. Wasn't she already pregnant with him for 3 months beforehand? So why does it say that she conceived and she gave birth if she already conceived 3 months earlier? Rabbi Yehuda bar Zvina said, the Torah compares the birth to the conception. Just like she conceived without pain, so she gave birth without pain. From here we learn the nashim tzidkaniyos, that women that are tzidkaniyos are not included in Chava's curse. So therefore, Yocheved, being an Isha Tzidkanis, did not have any pain when she gave birth to Moshe, because the curse that Chava got, the Etzef Tel Dibanim, does not apply to Nashim Tzidkanis. It says further in the pasuk that she saw that he was good. Tanya Reb Meir Eimer, we learned in Abraisa, Reb Meir says Toiv Shmei, his name was Toiv. Yehuda Eimer Tuvia Shmei, Yehuda says his name was Tuvia. And Nechemia Eimer Hagun Lenevius. What does it mean? He was suitable to be a Navi. Achedim Eimer, others say, which normally means Reb Meir, Neilot Kshumo, he was born Gemalit, he was born circumcised, therefore it says Kitoiv. The Chachamim say, when Moshe was born, the whole house was filled with light. Here it says, how do we know that the whole house was filled with light? Because over here it says in the pasuk she saw that he was good. And it says in another pasuk by B'riyas Ha'olam, Hashem saw the light that it was good. So we know that good is associated with light. She was only able to hide him. She was able to hide him for 3 months. Why was she able to hide him for 3 months? Because the Mitzrim only counted from the time that Amram remarried her. They counted 9 months from the time that Amram remarried her. She was already expecting with him 3 months before, from the previous time they were married. It says in the pasuk she couldn't continue to hide him. Why couldn't she continue to hide him? Let her go further hiding. Whenever the Mitzrim heard that a child was born, they would bring a baby there in order that they would cause the baby to cry, the Mitzrish baby to cry, and the nature of a baby is when he hears another baby crying, he also starts crying. As it says in the pasuk, grab hold for us of the foxes, the small foxes. In other words, the young Mitzrim, even the babies, persecuted the Jewish people by the fact that they were participating in a campaign to uncover Jewish babies that were hiding. It says she took a box of pitch. Why dafke pitch? Pitch is a very inexpensive material. Amar Rabbi Elazar says, from here we know that tzaddikim, their money is more precious to them than their bodies. So even though a more expensive material would have provided more safety, but tzaddikim are very careful with their money, and therefore they use something that is very inexpensive. Why are tzaddikim so careful with their money? Because since they don't steal, so they have limited resources. Rav Shmuel bar Nachmani says, the reason they use pitch was because it's soft, but it can hold up, it can stand up before soft things and before hard things. So it was the best material to use for this purpose. She smeared it with chemer and zephes. Tana, we learned chemer mibifnim, zephes mibachutz. It's chemer on the inside and zephes on the outside. Because zephes, tar, has a bad smell. They didn't want the tzaddik Moshe Rabbeinu to have to smell a bad smell. So they put chemer on the inside, which doesn't have a bad smell, and the zephes was only on the outside. She placed the child in the basket. And she put the basket in the reeds. And Belezer says this was the Yamsuf that they placed the baby in. Shmuel Rachmani says it was a swamp. As it says in the pasuk, Kanav a suf kamalu. So we see the word suf being used to describe a place where there's kanim, which is a swamp. It says the daughter of Pari went down to bathe by the river. Amar Rabbi Yechon Mishum Reb Shimon bar Yochai, and Rabbi Yechon said the name of Reb Shimon bar Yochai. Melamed sheyarda lirchatz begiluli aviyah. She went to bathe from the avodah zarah of her father. In other words, went to be megayer from the avodah zarah that she was taught to serve in her father's home. She wanted to accept upon herself now, from now on, to serve only the Eibush. Chenu Eimer. So we find in the pasuk in Mirachatz Hashem es tzeias b'nei Tzion. Hashem will wash off the shmutz of the daughters of Tzion. So we see that rechitza is used here to wash off things that are beruchnius, not good. The pasuk says that her maidens were walking on the banks of the river. This walking, that her maidens were walking by the banks of the river, is a lashon of dying. So it says by Esav, behold, I'm going to die. And we're soon going to see why they had to die. It says she saw the box that Moshe Rabbeinu was in the swamp on the side of the river. Even the chazu, the kaboy, latzul, Moshe, when the maiden saw that she wants to save Moshe, Amrullah, they said to her, our mistress, the custom of the world is Melech Basar V'Dam Gezer Gzeira, that when a king of flesh and blood makes a decree, if the whole world doesn't fulfill the decree, but surely his children and the members of his household will fulfill the decree. And you, the daughter of Pari, are going to go against your father's decree. Your father made a decree that every Jewish child that's born should be thrown into the river. Since this child is found in the river, it must be a Jewish child. So how can you go against your father's gzeira and save it? So Malach Gabriel came along and he gave them a schmitz straight 6 feet under, right into the earth, so that they should not be able to prevent Bas Pari from saving Moshe. She stretched out or sent out as amasa. We're soon going to see what amasa means, and she took the basket. So we have machlekes Rabbi Yehuda and Nechemia what amasa means. Chad amar yada. One says the word amma is used to mean an arm, so she stretched out her arm. Chad amar shivchasa. One says it means like an amma ivriya, a maid. Amasa means her shivcha, her maidservant. Man amar yada. The one who says it means her hand, her arm. Chsiv amasa. Man amar shivchasa. The one who says it means her maidservant, because it doesn't say yada. Normally the Torah would use the expression yada, not amasa. So the Torah uses here the expression amasa, it must mean a maidservant, not a hand. According to the opinion that says it was her maidservant, didn't you say that Gabriel pushed all her, gave us zetz to all the maidens, and they went into the earth? You must have left her one. It's not appropriate for a daughter of a king to remain alone. According to the opinion that says that amasa means her hand, why doesn't the Torah write her hand? Says the Gemara, it comes to teach us the and her hand became stretched out, became lengthened. Because we learned and so we find by the arm of Bas Pari that miraculously it was lengthened, because Moshe Rabbeinu's basket was far from her. So reaching out her arm wouldn't have naturally reached the basket. So it had to be lengthened miraculously in order for her to reach the basket. And so we find with the teeth of the wicked, don't read the word shibarta. You broke the teeth of the wicked, but you caused them to be extended. The story of Eg Melech HaBashan lifted up a mountain to throw it on the Klal Yisrael, and the Eibishter made a nest that his teeth started growing out, and they grew into the mountain. So that's Pshat Shinin Risham Shibarta, Tikva Shibarta, Shivivavta. Tiftach Vatirei was a Yeled. Says she opened up the basket and she saw him, the child. In fact, the Gemara Vateira Miboyle, it should have said Vateira as a Yeled. She saw the child, not she saw him, the child. Amar Rabbi Yasi said, Amar Rabbi Yasi ben Chanina, Shirasa Shechina Imay, it means she saw the Shechina with him. Hine nar boiche, behold, a young lad is crying. Kari le yelad, v'kari le nar. First we called him a child, and now we're calling him a young lad. So we learned in the Braisa who yelled. He was a baby, v'kari le kanar, but his voice was like a young lad. Divrei Rabbi Yehuda, this is the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Therefore, it says, Hine nar boiche, because his voice was like a nar. Amar le Nechemia said to Rabbi Yehuda, if that's the case, you're making Moshe Rabbeinu into a balmum. A baby that sounds like an adult is not a healthy baby, it's a balmum. The fact that the Torah describes him here as a nar teaches us that his mother made for him a chuppah in the basket. Amra, she said, perhaps I won't be zeicha to participate in his chuppah, to be present at his chuppah, so I'm making him a chuppah now. It says that Bas Pari had mercy upon him. She felt bad for him. She said, this must be a Jewish child. How did she know that it was a Jewish child? Amar Rabbi Yosef Reb Chanina, so Rabbi Yosef Reb Chanina said, Shira say mohol, she saw that he was gemalit. Zeh, it says miyaldi ha'ivrim zeh. Amar Rabbi Yechanan melamed shenisnaba shalei midaita. She said nevuah without realizing what she was saying. Zeh noifel vein achar noifel. This one will fall in, but another won't fall in. In other words, once Moshe Rabbeinu fell into the was put in the river, the whole gzeira was in this battle. This is what Rabbi Lazar said. What does it mean when the pasuk in Yeshaya says that when they say to you, seek the oibes and yedonim who are metzaftzef umahage, soifin and yedim at soifin means they see but they don't know what they see. Mahagim and yedim mahagim, they speak but they don't know what they're speaking. Rosh Mishian Shal Yisrael b'mayim hu leika. The Mitzrim saw, the stargazers of the Mitzrim saw that the savior of the Yidden is going to be smitten by water. As eventually it happened that the Moshe Rabbeinu was not able to go into Eretz Yisrael because of the story with the Mei Meriva. Amru v'gazru, so they knew that the savior of the Yidden is going to be smitten with water. Amru v'gazru, so they went and made a gzeira, kol habein ha'yilad ha'yenet ha'shlichut, that any child that's born should be thrown into the river, because they knew that the savior of Yidden can be tackled by water. Given the Shadyu Moshe, once Moshe was thrown into the river, Amru, the stargazer, said, Sulech Zina, we don't see that sign anymore. Yehusimana, we don't see that sign anymore. Batul Gzeirasayu, so they nullified their decree. Heimenam Yedim, they didn't realize Shalmei Meriva Huleka, that he's going to be smitten by the waters of Meriva. Haina Amar Reb Chama ben Reb Chanina, this is what Reb Chama ben Reb Chanina said, Ma'itachsiv Heima Mei Meriva Asheravu, these are the Meriva where the Yidden quarreled with Hashem. Heima Shero, it's Dagnine Pari, these are the Mei Meriva that the stargazers of Pari saw, V'to, and they misunderstood them. And this explains what Moshe said to the Yidden, Sheish Meis Elef Ragli V'Gemer, and 600,000 foot soldiers of the nation that I find myself in their midst. Amar LaMoshe Yisrael, Moshe said to the Yidden, B'shvilini tzaltem kulchem, all 600,000 of you were all spared because of me. When I was put in the basket, that's when the Gzeira was removed, and that's why you're all alive today, so it's all to do with me. Reb Chanina bar Papa, Amar Reb Chanina bar Papa said, Eisi Hayem Estim V'Echad B'Nissen Hayem. That day was 21 days in Nisan. Shvi Yishal Pesach. Amru Malachi Hasharas L'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Malachim came before Hashem and they said, Rebbeinu Shalom, Misha Asid Leimar Shira Layam B'Yem Zeh Yilka B'Yem Zeh. The one who is destined to say Shira on this day should be smitten on this day. Rabbi bar Chanina Amar Rabbi bar Chanina said, Eisi Hayem Shisha B'Sivan Hayem. The day was the 6th day of Sivan. Amru Malachi Hasharas L'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Malachim came before Hashem. They said, Rebbeinu Shalom, Misha Asid L'Kabel Torah Mehar Sinai B'Yem Zeh Yilka B'Yem Zeh. The one who is destined to receive the Torah from Har Sinai on this day of the 6th of Sivan should be smitten on this day. It works according to the opinion that says it was the 6th of Sivan. Now we understand what it says, that she was only able to keep him for 3 months, and then she had to put him in the basket and put him in the river. Because we learned Moshe Rabbeinu passed away on the 7th of Adar, and Moshe Rabbeinu was born on the 7th of Adar. Now, if Moshe Rabbeinu was born on the 7th of Adar, so Mishiva Ba'adar V'Shisha B'Sivan plus the Yarchet, and Zayin Adar until Vav Sivan is exactly 3 months. So it stims, it all fits very well. But if you say that it happened on the 21st of Nisan, which is only 6 weeks after Zayin Adar, how does it work out to 3 months? And for the Gemara, so that year was an Iber year, was a leap year. So Moshe Rabbeinu was born in Zayin Adar Rishon. So Rubei Shal Rishon, the majority of Adar Rishon is from Zayin Adar until the end of Adar. It's 3 weeks. That's the majority of a month. It's considered a whole month. The Rubei Shal Achrein, the majority of Chedesh Nisan from Rosh Chodesh till Chaf Aleph is also 3 weeks. It's also considered 3/4 of a month is like a whole month. Then Tzoi Shalim, and the month of Adar Sheni in its entirety. So that's the Pshat, 3 months. Teimer Achese al Bas Pare says in the pasuk that his sister Miriam, who was waiting on the side, that's how we got into this whole discussion to begin with, if you remember. So his sister Miriam said to the daughter of Pare, you want me to go and call you a nursing woman from the Jewish women? Why was she suggesting to bring Dafka a Jewish woman? It teaches us that they tried passing around Moshe to all the Mitzrayim women, but he refused to suckle from the Mitzrayim women. Amar, or on the side it says, the Eibishter said, the mouth that's going to speak to the Shechina should suckle from a davar tamei. To whom will Hashem show knowledge, and to whom will He give to understand? One who was weaned from milk will and held himself back from the breasts. In other words, that Moshe Rabbeinu, who refused to drink milk from a Mitzvah woman, he is the one to whom the Torah will be given. Pare's daughter told Miriam, go and bring me a Jewish woman to the game. Amar Rabbi Elazar, and Rabbi Elazar said, she went quickly like a young lady, although she was only 5 years old. Shmuel bar Nachmani Amar Ha'alma, the reason she's called Ha'alma is Shehalima is Dvareha, because she concealed her story. She didn't tell the full story. Pare told her, in other words, she didn't reveal that it was her brother. Pare's daughter told her, take this child. She says, Pare said, Bas Pare said to Yocheved, when Yocheved was brought before her, take this child and nurse him. Bas Pare was saying Nevuah here without realizing what she was saying. Hey lichi means hey shalechi, this is yours. And I'll pay you for it. Chanina said, not only are tzaddikim returned their lost articles, in this case, Yocheved was returned, her baby was returned to her. On top of that, she's paid for it as well. Here, you ever heard of a mother being paid to nurse her own child? Tikach Miriam Miriam, the Neviah, sister of Aaron, took, this is by Kriyas Yamsuf, it says she took the toif, the tambourine, in her hand. Why is she described as the sister of Aaron rather than as the sister of Moshe? Was she only the sister of Aaron, not the sister of Moshe? Rav Amram said the name of Rav. Amrila, Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rav, Melamed Misnaba, Sheachais Aaron, Ve'imeres. She was saying the while she was only the daughter of Aaron, and she was saying, Asida imi sheteled ben, Shemeshias Yisrael, my mother is going to give birth to a child who is going to save the Yid. Kivan Shaneilat Moshe. Moshe was born, Nismale Habayis Kulei the whole house became full of light. Amad Aviha. So when was Miriam a Neviah? Before Moshe was born, when she was Achais Aaron, V'lei Achais Moshe. When Moshe was born, the whole house was filled with light. Amad Aviha, B'nashka Al-Reisha, her father got up and kissed her on her head. Amar Lo, he said to her, Biti, Iskaima Nevuasech, my daughter, here you see, your Nevuah was fulfilled. Because she said, Asida Imi Shetela Ben, she as Yisrael. When they saw that the whole house became full with light, they realized it's a very special child. This must be the fulfillment of her nevuah, of her prophecy. When they had to later, 3 months later, when they had to put him in the river, Amar her father got up and smacked her on the head. Amar Lo, he said to her, Biti heicha nevuasech, where's your nevuah? This is what it says in the pasuk. His sister stood up from a distance, to know what's going to happen to him. Why did she stand there? She was curious to know how the end of her nevuah is going to pan itself out. She knew that this is the child that's going to be Meshias Yisrael. So now she wanted to see how things are going to develop, that her nevuah will actually be Mekuyim, and Yidden are going to be Zeiche to a Geula through this child. Chacham Yasher, das gesagt, wir werden die ganze Zeit. Gemeint das zu stehen.
Ja?
Gemeint das zu stehen.
Schnell, bederach ist da, heint ist
Beseder. Sehr gut. Yasher Kaya.
Ich habe ja das ja, aber das hier, ne?
Sehr fein. Kaya.
Ich rede mit dem morgen
upstall recording somehow. Mr. Punkt macht das. Ich will machen sicher, dass es geht nicht.
Ich will die Klinge daheim. Kann ich die Klinge tun?
Ja. Und das ist was sagen, ist es jetzt?
Von Ende.
Ja, ich will die Klinge nicht tun, gut?
Okay.
Ja, und so.
Hello, Rabbi Kesselman. Morgen in the free is a little bit tight. I'll give a share for the Bachram Achta Zeger, and später gebe ich a share for the Weiber nach den Davenen. Aber morgen nach Mittag jetzt schon. Was? Okay, ich endige in der Weiber echt het eens Zeger. Für Demo können wir machen ein bisschen Zeit. Mach ich da. Okay, wir proben. Wenn lassen wir sich proben verbinden, morgen noch eens Zeger, wenn wir so sagen. Du endigst lernen mit den Kindern eens Zeger, sagst du? Okay, say this. Lassen a message. Kann man nicht späteren Tag. Noch halb nach 4 bin ich staan available noch einmal. Du fragst mir, ob ich habe Zeit zu reden mit dir oder ob ich habe Zeit zu lernen mit den Kindern? Ich rede von den Kindern. Okay, ich habe da meegedaan. Was darf man sich sagen? Ha? Dann kann ich nissen. Aha. Okay, morgen in der Früh habe ich nicht keine Zeit. Sorry.
Yes,
okay. Wer ist so als mit? Hat's noch heran. Weiß es making noise?
Guten Reb Mendel, was macht ihr?
Baruch Hashem, Reb Gershon, how are you?
Baruch Hashem, nobody here?
We started at 3 o'clock and we finished.
Okay, that's fine. Wow.
I got your message. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I went through it this morning. So
I have to make it quick. We actually only started at 5 after 3. I was late, but I had to make it quick because I'm starting 3:45. We're having a meeting with the Bachram and Yeshiva to start the newsman.
Okay, no problem. I have another shir at 6 o'clock. So,
Baruch Hashem, you're busy with good things all the time.
Yeah, I just had an interesting shir with Reb Shimon Weingarten and Pri Tzadik.
Oh, beautiful. He's giving shiurim, yeah?
Yeah. It was on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 12 of us from expats from London.
Very nice.
It was very nice. He touched on the medrash at the end of Parsha Shmos, the union of Mashiach. That he'll come, he'll go, he'll disappear and go exactly like what happened in Egypt.
Very nice.
Yes, so it was very interesting. He mentioned Lubavitch at the beginning.
Yeah,
he said Lubavitchers will understand what I'm talking about. And later on, he brought that up.
Wow. Okay, it's Mashiach's Zeiten, for sure.
It is. It is.
Okay, I don't know if this is still being recorded, so I don't know what I'm doing on here.
Basically, I don't know.
Fine. I gotta go.
Zygazon, tomorrow you're giving it 3 o'clock again.
Does that work for you tomorrow or not really?
Yes, it does. Yeah, we're having Mariv at 7, just after 7, so it's fine. It's perfect.
Okay.
Just after 7, and we've got to share it. I've got to share it 6 or 3 till whatever. It's fine.
Okay. You know that I'll see you tomorrow at 3.
Okay. Yeah. Today I learned with Zions.
Very good. Excellent.
Very good. He really is good.
Yeah. Very good.
A little long. It was about 57 minutes, but it's good.
He does it more. It's a different.
He digresses.
It must go. Zygazon.
Okay, Zygazon.
Label. How come he can still talk to me? I tried to get out of this. I tried to close this. Get in.
No, go inside.
Go inside what?
Yeah. Log in. You have to press anything.
Didn't I?
Yeah, once you press it, you have to now press. Once you press it, you have to take that. You have to get 2 options.
Hmm?
You have to get 2 options. Leave meeting or end meeting.